Do Airsoft YouTubers cheat? This was the question asked to Jonathan over at Airsoftology for his latest Monday Q&A video, and this topic really got me thinking. So in today's video, I want to do a response to Airsoftology's video. We're going to be responding to the original question of do YouTubers cheat for better footage? We're going to be responding to Jonathan's answers, and I'm going to be throwing in some of my own opinions on the matter and some things that Jonathan wasn't able to make into his video and some points that he didn't make in it. What's up, Airsofters? My name is Lane and welcome to the BB Warrior. We're here to help you have a better time both on and off the airsofting field, and if you enjoy videos like this, I'd love to have you join our community by hitting the subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, make sure to hit the bell icon next to it for updates when we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday here on the channel. Now, I just want to say that this video is not to call anyone out in the airsofting industry, to put anyone down, to say anything bad about Airsoftology. In fact, I love Jonathan's videos. Jonathan has been one of the biggest inspirations for myself here on the channel, and you can see some similarities between his format and the videos that I do here on the channel. But without further waiting, why don't we get into the topic at hand? So first off, do Airsoft YouTubers cheat? I think some do, personally. However, there's no way that I can tell, unless I am right there next to them watching, and I see that BB get hit, and they shrug it, go, oh well, and keep playing. There's no way that I or anyone else can tell if they truly did get hit. And something that Jonathan didn't address in his video that I want to address is the fact that there are a lot of times in Airsoft where people think that they are hitting someone, and they are not coming close to them. Everyone thinks that their airsoft gun is a laser beam, and that can't be further from the truth. I don't care if you have some decked out Polar Star DMR, or the best gun that you can buy from Umbrella Armory, or a Penyan one-piece barrel. I don't care what the magic is they're trying to sell to you this year. No matter what you do to your gun, your airsoft gun I should say, it is not going to be shooting as straight as you think it does. And the other thing is that a lot of people in airsoft don't run magnified optics, so it's hard to really gauge if your BBs are making it past that 120 foot point. I've had plenty of times where people have been shooting at me in airsoft and their BBs are landing 30, 40 feet in front of me, and they think that I'm not calling my hits. But as I can tell, their BBs are landing way in front of me, and I can just sit there and watch them, and they think that they're making shots on target. Keep in mind, guys, we are shooting plastic round pellets. And keep in mind that there are some kind of bad tolerances when it comes to BB production. When it says 0.25 or 0.28 or 0.32 on the bottle, I can guarantee you that that is just a mean average, and not every single one of those BBs is made perfectly. There are variations. We are just shooting pieces of plastics. It's not like you're shooting a tipped projectile. We're not firing real bullets. And keep in mind that every single time that that BB exits your barrel, actually before it exits your barrel, it has to be pushed by a wind of air, or by a little bit of air which is made by your gearbox. It has to hit a piece of rubber, your hop up, and then it has to travel down your metal barrel until it backspins out of your barrel and reaches the target. There are so many things that have to go right for an airsoft BB to propel, and I can guarantee you that no matter how good or how consistent your build is, it will not be identical every single shot. There are variations between every shot in airsoft, and that's just before the variables of wind and things like that affecting your tiny little, basically weightless BB. So I know a lot of people think I'm hitting you, but there are a lot of reasons why you are not. Airsoft guns are not laser beams, and it makes me feel like scope cams shouldn't have to be mandatory for airsoft if you're going to say that someone's cheating. Because as a referee, I've noticed this a lot. I mean, I had a player come up to me and he's like, ref, I know that guy is not calling his hits. Like, I swear to God, he is not calling his hits. So, you know, I look, this guy's like 250 feet away, and I look down at the guy that said that the other guy wasn't calling his hits. He had a stock combat machine. So everyone thinks that their guns are better than they are. And I'm the type of person that at that range, just like Airsoftology mentioned in his video, after 150 feet, I take my shots with a grain of salt. They might not feel it because, again, BBs lose a lot of their speed as they travel. It's probably missing them because airsoft guns aren't laser beams. So those real far away shots, I just don't, like, I know it's probably not going to hit them. If they call it, that's cool. However, I've kind of accepted that it may not happen. And there are a lot of people who are saying that certain celebrities are cheating and this and that. However, there's a lot of misinformation, and there's a lot of people just starting or spreading rumors. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard someone say, Jet, or Leia, or Navrich, or Math Musketeer, or Airsoftology himself, or whoever you don't like in the airsofting industry. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard someone say X is cheating, or X cheated at this game, and I saw it. And I'll ask them what their proof is. And most of the time it'll be like, I heard from someone else, I saw in a poorly edited YouTube video, oh, this guy told me, I saw it on Reddit. Just a bunch of BS excuses that just spreads misinformation, and all it does is start this wildfire of rumors about people when they couldn't be farther from the truth. These people are the epitome of fake news. I mean, it's just crazy because there's all these people spreading rumors about people in the airsofting industry, saying that they're not calling their hits, that they're cheaters, that they're sellouts, whatever have you, when in reality, these people were never at the game where it happened. If they were, they didn't see it, or they're just spreading misinformation that they saw from someone else. So it drives me crazy because these rumors and this nonsense detract from when people actually have proof that people are cheating, because I'm a firm believer that if someone is breaking the rules and they're cheating and they're creating a toxic environment for others in their local area, they should be called out on it. However, because of these people spreading this misinformation and just saying rumors about people in the community, it drowns out the real complaints. And I think that's a real shame, because we as a community do have to address the people that are breaking the rules and are cheating and things like that. However, it's hard to get your voice out when there are a million other people spreading whatever the rumor of the week is. So I think part of the reason why this happens is because Airsoft does have a younger community, especially online. I personally think it's a lot of the people that are 18 and under who just want to start crap, because in my personal experiences, when I was that age and I was a teenager, yeah, I like to talk crap about people. I hated all the Airsoft celebrities for some stupid reason. I don't even know why, looking back at it. But it's just something that I've noticed. Now, not everyone who's under 18 is doing this. I know people who are under 15 years old that play Airsoft, and they are some of the nicest and the best sports, and honestly, they behave better than some of the 40-year-olds that I see play Airsoft. And it's probably some of those people that are also spreading these rumors and this nonsense for whatever reason. But I personally think that may be a cause of it. Am I wrong? Maybe. Honestly, I'm just some random guy who plays BB Wars and talks into a camera. But I think it's a real shame, and I think that a lot of people, one, think that they're hitting people when they're not, and two, a lot of these complaints about YouTubers cheating just don't have any grounding in reality, because people are just spreading a rumor that, again, they heard from someone else, or they saw some poorly edited video where you couldn't really tell if it was happening, or there are just instances where you don't feel a hit. I've had plenty of times where I've probably been shot, and I just didn't feel it. I'm running, I'm sprinting, and this is something that Airsoftology mentioned in his video. I can guarantee that has happened to me. Someone has shot me when I was running and I didn't feel it, or I couldn't tell. It has to have happened. And I actually have had it happen. I had a guy come up to me and he called me out. He's like, dude, I saw you run across there and I shot you and you didn't call it. I mean, I said, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't feel it. I shook his hand. We started talking for a little bit, and now he's actually a good friend of mine. So I think things like that can happen, and people do just like to go out on these witch hunts and tear other people down. Like, there's one thing I learned in life, especially in Airsoft, people are vicious, and people like to tear each other down, and that's just not good for the community as a whole. Finally, a point that Jonathan made is that, well, maybe people are editing their videos to make them look like they're doing better. So, is that wrong, though? I personally don't think so. Now, keep in mind, the way that YouTube scores your videos, will say, is based off of your watch time and your audience retention. So, the longer that someone sits there and watches your video from beginning to end, the more minutes of watch time that your video accumulates here on YouTube, YouTube thinks that that's a better video, and they will show that video to more people in like video suggestions on the homepage or in the sidebar next to a video. So, obviously, if you're watching a video of gameplay and every minute or two you see the guy walk back to the dead box, that's not going to be a very interesting and very engaging video here on YouTube. And I see why people do this, because as creators, we want people to watch our video from start to end. Now, does that always happen? Actually, as a matter of fact, it doesn't. On average, people don't stay for more than 50% of a video. Now, that does count both your active subscribers and new people to your channel who just decide, hey, I don't like this. But as creators here on YouTube, our goal is to try to keep you guys into a video as long as possible. From start to finish is ideal. However, most people have accepted that doesn't always happen. So I understand why people do this, and they make their footage look like it's one long engagement and it's just one solid thing. I don't personally think that's a bad thing, because as creators, not only do we want to get a video to have people stay on it as long as possible, but we also want you guys to enjoy it, and we want you guys to enjoy the gameplay that you're watching and continue watching it. And just having to watch us go back and forth to the dead box over and over isn't very fun. Now, if you're going to do that, like edit like a day's worth of gameplay into like a 10-minute video and call it like craziest airsoft kill streak ever clickbait title, I think that can be a little misleading and wrong. However, if there's one thing I've learned on YouTube, people notice the smallest little details. And if you're someone who does like to advertise your videos and have your titles as something super clickbaity or like insane kill streak, like I just said, people are going to notice. People aren't going to enjoy that you're being dishonest with them and lying to them, and that's going to have direct effects on your viewership, your subscribers, and your watch time. So I think that can be a little bit shady, and that's part of the reason why I stopped making gameplay videos here on YouTube, is that, especially for these people that like gameplay is their bread and butter of their channel, like Jet or Silo Entertainment or Matt the Musketeer, it can be stressful to get gameplay. And I know these people play Airsoft more than I do. If I remember correctly, Jet said that they play about like 3 times a week. I play like 3 times a month, if that. So finding and creating gameplay when it is the bread and butter of your channel can be very, very frustrating if you're not having a good day or things like that. And you might be saying, well, Lane, isn't that, I mean, you just answered the question right there. Doesn't that mean that they're going to cheat to get better footage to, in turn, have better videos? Well, I think that just editing it and using the magic of editing is a whole lot easier than cheating, but if that's what you want to do, go right ahead. Don't take that advice. Don't cheat, guys. But it's much easier to just make it look like it was one long thing in your editor than to ruin your reputation and have people hate you for cheating. And a lot of these people do want the community to grow. I'd assume everyone that's making videos here on YouTube wants Airsoft to grow, because we all love Airsoft, we all want to see it grow, and to say that everyone that records footage is a cheater and this and that, I think it's wrong. And again, going back to what we talked about earlier, there's a lot of people who just don't have proof. And going back to making footage, it can be very stressful if you have a schedule, because a lot of people do have a schedule here on YouTube. It can be very, very stressful to get gameplay out and things like that when you're not having a good game. When you're not having a good day or things like that, it gets stressful. And that's part of the reason why I stopped doing gameplay here on the channel, is because I felt like the stress of trying to get good footage was making me not enjoy myself at Airsoft enough. So for a while, I didn't wear my GoPro to some games, and then eventually I just decided not to wear my GoPro to Airsoft anymore. I mean, I got my case shot out the last time I did, which kind of swinged my decision, but it can be very stressful to make gameplay because it affects you playing and you don't follow the objective as much and this and that, and it is easier to just edit a bunch together and make that into one entertaining video for you guys. I'm guilty of it myself back when I made gameplay, and if you're wondering what the secret is, the secret to making it look like it's one cohesive piece of footage is to switch to another clip after you go through like a scope cam or a selfie cam, because it looks so much easier in a transition and it looks more natural switching from clip to clip. So make sure to obsessively watch for that the next time that you watch a gameplay video from someone. But is it wrong to edit it together? I don't think so, because again, you don't get anything from being good at Airsoft. You don't get XP or money or whatever from being good at Airsoft, because I don't believe that there is a definition of being good at this game. I don't know what that little hand sign was. That was supposed to be quotations. But nonetheless, I think that It kind of depends on how you market it, because again, if you do the whole like crazy kill streak thing, that's dishonest, but people will notice that. But I think that just stringing it together and making one entertaining and cinematic video, I don't think there's any problems in that. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. If you did not see the original video by Airsoftology, I will leave a link in the description below to where you can watch that. If you don't watch Jonathan's channel for some reason, Jonathan does fantastic videos, not only in his Q&A Mondays, but his vlogs are pretty entertaining. As someone who doesn't typically like to watch that sort of thing on YouTube, I do enjoy them. And his reviews are fair and honest. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, I'd love to have you join our community by, again, hitting the subscribe button down below. While you're at it, make sure to hit the bell icon next to it for updates when we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday here on the channel. If you want to support the channel, make sure to buy a BB Warrior patch. They are on pre-order at the moment. They should be coming in soon, and that allows me to get better equipment to make better videos and more engaging videos for you guys. So I'm very excited for that. Like I said, patches should be coming very, very soon, and they will be immediately going to you guys. I am working on worldwide shipping. I should have that resolved before they release, though, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And on that note, make sure to follow us on social media for updates about the channel, content that doesn't make it to YouTube, and some other things. In the description down below, there'll be information for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But this has been my response to Airsoftology's video on whether or not Airsoft YouTubers cheat, and I will see you all next time.